Let's talk about why Bonney stabs Saint Saturn and hates him after this episode of One Piece. Incoming manga spoilers. Saturn is easily one of the worst, cruel people in One Piece thanks to everything awful he did to Bonney and Kuma, starting with Saturn being the one to orchestrate Kuma turning into a mindless cyborg in an unfair deal. The deal was to save Kuma's daughter Bonney, who's really a child by the way, who was sick with a terminal illness called sapphire scales disease, which causes sapphire stones to grow on her skin, and to avoid worsening that condition, she has to stay out of sunlight and stay indoors so it won't advance and finish her off faster. The disease was so rare that no doctor had the cure for it, and the reason she even has this disease in the first place is because it was passed on to her from her mother Ginny, who was also Kuma's close friend that he lost to the celestial dragons after she was captured. Unfortunately, it's when she was captured that a celestial dragon probably forced her to have a kid, if you get what I mean. Some believe it was Saturn himself, and that's when Bonney was born, and it's because of Saturn experimenting on Ginny that Ginny got the sapphire scales disease first. After she contracted it and was left for waste, they threw her out of the Holy Lands with her baby to perish. Finally, Kuma ends up getting in contact with the world government and Vegapunk, who can cure Bonney, but Saturn forces Kuma to join the world government as a warlord and allow the world government to experiment on him and make him a mindless cyborg so he can take part in the Pacifista project, and soon sever that connection with his daughter Bonney completely. So in the end, it's all thanks to Saturn that any of this happened in the first place, and when Bonney saw Kuma's memories, it revealed to her who to really blame and have hatred for. Not Vegapunk, but Saint Saturn. But comment and let me know, is Saturn the most hated villain in the story? If not him, who is? I'd love to hear your thoughts.